Walker and Lewis to jump, and the opening tap controlled by Miles Mack, and Rutgers ball to begin this one today.
You'll see a lot of Princeton-like qualities about the way that Rutgers runs their half-court offense. Nice double team by Joey King right there. They're really going to pay close attention to Miles Mack and Kadeem Jack every time they get the basketball.
Shot clock is under 10 as Rutgers turns it over. Something Minnesota does awfully well, forcing 19 turnovers per game. And now Nate Mason running point with DeAndre Matthew coming off the bench for the second straight game. Into the corner, first three is up and good. Good sign early as Andre Hollins knocks it down. A player Steve has been struggling.
Oh, that was a great call by Pitino. Almost like a football team that scripts their first 15 plays. He definitely wanted to get his senior on track from long range.
He's 2 of 12 from the field here on Tuesday. Hit only 1 3. It's his first three-pointer this afternoon. Junior Itu, his first touch, draws a double team. Kadeem Jack, can he answer? And Maurice Walker, good position inside as the rebound.
That's where Kadeem Jack, to me, Corey settles too much from the outside.
Mason left open, knocks it down. 45% three-point shooter, 6-0 Minnesota.
Nice response by the Gophers after that tough loss to Iowa. Didn't know whether they would be flat or come out here with their hair on fire. I think the latter is what we're seeing thus far.
Minnesota was down 11 at halftime on Tuesday, but put up great numbers in the second half. Shot 62% of the second half despite the 2-point loss. Lewis from the baseline.
Minnesota doing a good job of keeping Rutgers out of the paint.
Morris out of control, gathers to Hollins. Now Mason again for 3. That one rattled out, and with one hand, Itu has the rebound. Fortunate Rutgers has possession. Itu wasn't there. Lewis along the baseline to Daniels, and boy, Rutgers sloppy, but still with possession.
Yeah, they are sloppy, and they just need to let Mack go at it one-on-one.
Mack missed the 3. Hollins the rebound, and Minnesota wasting little time up the floor. Up until their last 2 games, really Rutgers has struggled offensively. As
you're going to see Mason be very aggressive in looking for his jump.
There's Miles Mack, deep 2 from up top, knocks it down. Averaging 14 per game, coming off a 19-point performance. First field goal for Rutgers today.
Well, Miles Mack is going to be on the floor for the majority of the game, if not all the game.
Hollins, open lane, nobody stopped the ball, and he hammers it down.
Great sign for the Gophers. I think Andre Hollins understanding that I may have 15 more regular season games left. I got to act like it. If your shots aren't going down, that's okay. You just keep playing hard and good things happen.
Shooting just 20% from the field in conference play. Hollins has 5. Another turnover. Mason a steal. Lead pass, Hollins. He was in, no call.
But defensive cover, and Hollins takes advantage. Corey, to me, Rutgers was not ready to play to start this game. They're not crisp with their passes. They look lackadaisical, and Minnesota's taking advantage.
Mack misses the 3. Offensive rebound, Kadeem Jack. Nice up and under move, but short on the hook shot.
I want to credit Mo Walker for getting down the floor that time and getting that tip dunk.
Hollins finds Walker's
in concentration throughout the whole 40 minutes.
In fact, 65% in the league in free throw shooting as Walker makes 2.
Well, you talk about Nate Mason now starting. He's shooting only 60% from the free throw line. Missed the free throw that would have won the game in regulation against Ohio State. Poor Corey, that's what you do. You try to make teams pay for that.
Suffered a right ankle injury against Vanderbilt earlier this year. Missed 4 games. He began his career collegiately at Miami. Daniels, a junior from Raleigh.
I think very highly of that young man right there. A tremendous athlete. Needs to be more consistent like the rest of his teammates, but he should be a guy they can count on for double-digit scoring night in, night out.
Joey King, he shot the ball well in conference play from beyond the arc, but he finds Walker inside and he scores over E2.
You know, it's been said a lot before, but the maturation and the transformation of Maurice Walker has been impressive. From a young man that could barely stay on the floor for 5 possessions straight, Corey, because of his lack of conditioning. Remade his body, he's gotten more aggressive and gotten more confident on the offensive end.
He's got the Gophers' last 6 points. Lewis navigating.
Before they get the basketball, he did a good job of that.
Walker comes out, as does Carlos Morris, and Bakari Konate, just his second Big Ten game, is on the floor right now as Kadeem Jack in traffic buries the shot in the lane.
That's a senior shot, meaning that's 4 years in the weight room right there. He's able to power that up against the contact.
Mason hits the runner.
Well, you can see why Coach Pitino's so high on that young man. Not a whole lot of weaknesses in that game.
Freshman from Decatur, Georgia, began his high school career about 5'7". As again, Rutgers goes inside. 2 more for Kadeem Jack.
Some of those principles Princeton like on the offensive end. Rutgers getting the easy bucket.
Hollins buries the 3. Second 3 he's made. Hollins has 8.
Good to see Andre Hollins get back on track if you're a Minnesota fan. Been struggling in Big Ten Conference play. Feeling a little bit of pressure, but came out strong here today.
Who's on the floor?
Part of college basketball. You have to stay positive in it, and his team has responded here in the first half.
Also went on to say, look, nobody's going to feel sorry for us. 0-5, that's what the record is. Hollins, this one he can't hit, got his own rebound, kicks it back out, Mason for 3.
Despite the miss, that's the best time to shoot a 3 is off an offensive rebound when the defense is scattered.
Mack feeds, and BTN Plus now available on BTN to go.
Man, what a lifesaver for us when we travel. My goodness. Able to keep up with all the games, and I got to get caught up on the journey, man. I missed the latest one, so behind a little bit.
And the debut was great. Ella Trimble is among those focused on. The freshman guard from Maryland. As Hollins misses from the corner. Here comes Miles Mack. End-to-end can't hit. Foreman trying to duck down the follow. Miles Mack has a fresh 35 as he backs it down near half court.
Boy, DJ Foreman has come in and had an immediate impact on this game. Got a layup along the baseline, a follow-up that didn't go, but his aggressiveness really helping Rutgers right now. But that aggressiveness will be contagious to his teammates, Corey.
6'8" freshman from Spring Valley, New York, 230 pounds. Foreman averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds per game. DeAndre Matthew on the floor right now for Minnesota. Matthew came off the bench the second straight game. And here's Matthew driving, spinning, and stolen.
Wow, he just took advantage. Bishop Daniels right there. Daniels was with him for about the first 2 bounces. Yes, he just let up, and DeAndre just turned the corner on him.
Matthew nearly had the game-tying basket.
You know, but I think he's got the right demeanor. And I tipped my hat to him the other night after the Wisconsin game. He broke down and showed some emotion. A lot of people don't understand how much pressure, even at a place like Rutgers, how much pressure it is at that level.
Foreman, no, but on the other side, the follow for E2.
E2. He's a guy I think Corey could really bust out and be an all-Big Ten forward at some point. One of the better rebounders in the league. He just doesn't have the confidence on the offensive end yet.
His offense really has been in a slump.
20 points in Clemson. They don't win that game on the road in the Big Ten. That was an important win for their conference to win that challenge.
Matthew, the lead inside, Bucks can't hit. Really stood out. Part of the reason why he's now coming off the bench. Stephen, his turnover numbers remarkably different in conference play.
So you've got to stay put. He doesn't do that. Mike Sanzier catches him right on the spot.
Morris to Matthew. Out of Mason. Now here in conference play, Stephen.
It's been interesting because I think now people understand his game and they game plan for him more. They try to take away the drive, take away his right hand. But it's kind of baffling to me.
Good feed. Buggs Bobble got it back and score his first two for Charles Buggs, who started the other night against Iowa. That's a two from Miles Mack, and the offensive rebound to Kadeem Jack.
Well, I tell you what, DJ Foreman is laying the wood out there. It may not be pretty, but people are feeling his presence.
Matthew,
this combination by the two perimeter players from Minnesota.
Now Miles Mack breaks the pressure, and to Lewis.
Very well, but they've attacked the rim versus the full court pressure. Kari Konate, I'll tell you what, I think he's going to be a pro. He is raw, but he is so long, Corey. And when he rebounds, his elbows are at the rim level. He's raw offensively. He's got to learn the game. But his physical attributes give him a chance to be outstanding.
Konate played 4 minutes in the Big Ten opener against Purdue, but has not played since the last 4 conference games. We're getting some significant minutes here in the opening half today.
And a lot of times when you see freshmen that aren't playing that you think should play, it's typically on the defensive end. They don't know the defensive rotations or their responsibilities. And coaches, they will not put you on the floor if you cannot defend.
Morris can't hit the floater. The rebound run down by Foreman. Here comes Mike Williams, coming off a good game against Maryland. 12 points off the bench, and now Kadeem Jack looking to fly. Try to dunk it down. No dunk, but still two.
Kadeem Jack, not known as a high riser. He got up that time.
Morris missed the three. Here comes Miles Mack. He'll pull up, love that transition three, and that's why. He's almost encouraged to take that shot, according to his head coach, Eddie Jordan.
Well, it's right on top of the key. One of the easier shots in the game to shoot.
King swings it to Mason, now to Morris. And Morris, this is
Miles Mack taking advantage of the freshman Nate Mason retreating defensively.
So Rutgers within 7.
Kind of surprised that Carlos Morris is still on the floor right now. He's taking some ill-advised shots.
Up the floor, got a pass from Hollins. What a find from Andre Hollins.
See, Morris can do that. He can get out behind the defense and score. But sometimes, like that three-point shot against Jack, sometimes that's not the best look.
Tough shot from Williams. Never had the ball really set in his hands nor his feet, but still buried the fadeaway. Here's Hollins against Morris. Crosses him over. Can't hit. Lewis the rebound.
Wow, questionable shot selection last few times.
And Bishop Daniels all the way and off the glass and scores.
Good move by Daniels. Recognizing the defense lacks getting back. Both teams, Corey, I don't know if it's the 11 o'clock start. Both teams are a little raggedy getting back on the defensive end.
It's a 10-2 Rutgers run. Minnesota's lead down to 5. Cannot take it.
But that's, you know, it's a great win for them in the program. Just reading all the adulation the program is receiving afterwards from longtime alums and fans. It's good for the not only for Rutgers, but it's good for the league as well, I think.
Bishop Daniels open look for 2, and Rutgers within a single possession.
Wow, Minnesota's falling apart defensively here, Corey, in the last 3 minutes. I mean, they seem really confused about who they have on the defense. When you're 0-5, you're at home. This is
Joey King, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. That plate is when I go ice fishing.
Well, maybe you shouldn't go ice fishing.
Guy from Egan, though, here in this state.
No, I know. I'm just
very popular. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just messing around. But think about what that's going to feel like when he's 40.
As Miles Mack hits the 3, and Rutgers makes it a 2-point game.
If we go back and look in the last 5 Rutgers possessions, 4 of them have been uncontested makes. Meaning, like, where is the defense? from Minnesota.
There's defense from Rutgers right there on the block.
If you're 0-5, and you have aspirations of playing in the postseason, you've got to protect your home floor.
As Daniels throws it away, and Eddie Jordan looks on as his team commits turnover number 6.
Eddie Jordan's got to keep that haircut low so he doesn't grab some of that hair after some of those plays. You know, it's so difficult to get college student athletes to understand how important each possession in a game is. But by him running to the sideline and making that happen, the Gophers don't get charged a timeout.
King stay in this game. Good luck for Morris for 3. Too strong. Kadeem Jack has the rebound, and Rutgers to take the lead with 3. Mack crosses over Hollins. Fade. Can't hit. Check the offensive putback, and we're tied.
Big time rebound by Kadeem Jack.
And now
tough shot right there, but Kadeem Jack strong without fouling. Boy, Rutgers has come awake here in the last 5 minutes or so, and they are playing extremely well on the offensive end.
Williams can't hit the 3, and Morris the rebound. It's a 17-4 Rutgers run. Gophers have led by as many as 13. And now Morris works around Williams and scored. He was patient up top, Stephen. Couple extra dribbles and 2 more for Morris.
Hit him with the Muhammad Ali okey-doke, rope-a-dope. Now you see me, now you don't. Got to the rim. It's a big move by Carlos Morris.
He's got 6. Leads his team in scoring at nearly 13 a game. Now Junior Itu trying to back down on Bugs. He flops, and the turnaround shot was blocked by Bugs. Minnesota ball.
Bugs got away with a foul right there. Hit nothing but arm on Itu as he was. You don't. Carlos Morris, a natural scorer, using change of pace to free himself up.
16 fouls now on Rutgers, so Minnesota in the bonus. The remaining 4:55. 2 fouls on Williams. Morris bounces to Eliason. Morris again, another 3. And his struggles from that area continue. He's now 0-4 beyond the.
Right there. Grab the arm. Matthew didn't like it, but it was obvious. Got to be more. You have to concentrate better under the. It's amazing that they're only down 2 in this game here in the first half with the slow start they've had and the turnovers that they had. To only be down 2. Eddie Jordan has to feel pretty good about his team right now.
Both teams shooting exactly 46% from the field. Hollins for 3, and he knocks it down. Andre Hollins buries his 3rd 3 of the half. He's got 11.
That was one of the few possessions. Good job by Minnesota, where they shared the basketball court and they had great floor spacing. So the defense could not catch up to the passing.
Mason slips, falls down. He may be hurt as Mack buries the 3.
Yeah, Mason caught a knee to the thigh. That is going to hurt tomorrow. He's young enough now where if he stays warm, he'll be okay. But that thing is going to knot up a little bit. He's a tough young man, too, because he's in pain over there.
Hollins off an Eliason screen, partially blocked. Gopher fans wanted a foul, and it's Rutgers ball down 2. Mack bounces to Kadeem Jack, and Morris the steal. Here's Morris, all the way, lays it in.
Miles Mack trying to be too cute. He had Kadeem Jack open early. You got to make the easy play, especially on the road.
Morris with 8 points. Ups the Gopher lead to 4. From the right side, Mack can't hit this one. All Gophers inside, it's Eliason. And now Mason pushing. Morris off the screen, brought it low. In white. For Rutgers, Daniels, Mack, Itu, Lewis, and Jack.
Minnesota going to zone for the first time here. An extended 2-3 zone.
Jack, big day in the Big Ten. 5 games in all. Beginning with this one today.
Yeah, Purdue at Penn State, Ohio State at Iowa, Michigan State at Maryland, the Nightcap Northwestern at Michigan. So you can get your feel today of some hoops in the Big Ten.
Miles Mack with 11 to lead Rutgers. Draws it on BTN. Will visit Ann Arbor and take on Michigan. 1-1 here for Kadeem Jack.
Let's see who Minnesota goes to here in this half-court possession. Carlos Morris was starting to get the warm hand here.
Reese Walker on the bench, 2 fouls, some more time for Konate. Hollins hits his 4th three in the half, give him 14 to lead all scores.
Andre Hollins understands there's not many more games left in my career here at the Barn. I got to make the most of each and every opportunity on. Got to fight over and get help from your big. Rutgers have.
It's the first. See the numbers on Miles Mack so far today. 11th all-time in scoring. Rutgers history, he's 5th in assists.
Well, think about how effective, how more effective he would be if he had a chance to get some rest.
Averaging 36 minutes per game. Only DJ Newbill plays more in the Big Ten really overall.
9 on the day for Rutgers, and so let's see if Minnesota can take advantage.
Under a minute to play. Mason for 3. Left that one short, got his own rebound. Mack with 13. Bounces to Kadeem.
Good job of drawing the charge, but not enough contact to make a 240-pound man fly back like that.
Are you saying a late entry for a possible Oscar? It is the award season after all.
Yeah, he did pretty good on that.
Andre Hollins with 17. He has not had a half like this, a game like this, in quite a while.
That's senior pride right there. And they've had much higher aspirations for what they wanted to do in conference play. Talking about the Gophers. So you can't do anything about the first 5 games with the screen. You can't go under the screen with Andre Hollins. You got to pick him up.
This is an area of late where Rutgers has had some problems. He's thrown the ball in under their own basket. And Foreman fumbles the ball. Gets it to Williams with 9. He'll fight.
First half.
Lil Beatty hasn't played much. He's on the floor right now. Rutgers as E2 completes the 3-point play. 5-point game. Here's Mason.
3-point land, 6 of 16, and Andre Hollins made 5 for those 6. So the rest of the Gophers, as you mentioned with Carlos, struggling from 3.
Maurice Walker only 6 minutes in the opening half. He was on the bench with a couple of fouls. He is on the floor to begin the second half as Nate Mason, who started for the 2nd straight game, runs point. Inside it goes to Walker with the left hand.
Walker in the effort going after the rock. Well, and he's such a weapon, Corey, that you've got to establish him early. Minnesota got 20 points in the paint in spite of his foul trouble. Imagine what they could have done had he not gotten foul trouble early.
Walker 2nd in the conference in field goal percentage, 62% on the year.
Yeah, he definitely needs more touches.
And Daniels will force a turnover. High arcing pass. Morris spins and scores.
That's a score for you right there. He's been in those situations so many times of attacking the rim. He gauges where the defense is and makes the right play.
That was a big part of the first half as well. Points off turnovers that went Minnesota's way. Lewis will turn around and buries the long 2-range shot.
It's a nice play by Lewis. You know, taking what the defense gives him. He got 8 points and 4 rebounds in their last game against Maryland.
Collective and Mason controls. Morris will bounce inside. Walker with the right hand. Fell out. The tap though comes out to Hollins.
It's amazing to me that Greg Lewis is trying to block the jump hook of Maurice Walker.
Morris for three. Now 0-5 in that area. Because of that, is he leaving the glass exposed, the rim exposed on those missed shots?
He is, and it's allowing Mo Walker to kind of pirouette move away from Miles Mack. And has the concentration to get the ball on the glass. Corey, Carlos Morris, one of those guys I say can score in a phone booth.
Junior college transfer. Joey King from the corner. And Lewis the rebound.
Despite the miss, that's nice playmaking by Hollins. He's got the hot hand. Two defenders go with him. Leaves Joey King with a wide open look.
Morris poked it away. Gets it back. Morris the open dunk.
Bishop Daniels has had better afternoons. This is not one of them. Mike Williams getting ready to come into the game because Eddie Jordan's seen enough.
Now the Jackets come off here in the second half for the second-year head coach. Mack gets it back. Fortunately, it scores. That was another near turnover. The floor and Joey King saw him.
Carlos Morris doing what he does best, putting the ball through the hoop.
So 21 points off those 13 turnovers. Joey King in the corner. Mike Williams on the floor, as Stephen mentioned, and now a turnover as King throws it away. Ooh, and another near steal.
Scramble for loose ball. Miles Mack gets ahead of steam going. And as a guard, you're taught to jump stop, not continue to run. So Miles Mack not happy with the caution. Now, is he putting some emphasis on it? Yeah, he's selling the call, but Miles Mack has got to know as a senior guard, that's one of the first things you learn, Corey, as a point guard, to jump stop where the Big Ten logo is so to avoid a charge.
Dean Jack out of the double team, passes out to Williams at deep two, and the rebound run down by Mason.
Eddie Jordan gave Williams a look, and if looks could hurt, he'd be in trouble.
Mason the shovel to Walker. And he hammered it down with two. Gophers by 8. And Walker's got 9.
It's rare you see freshman guards that can play with a change of pace. Mason does an excellent job of keeping defenses off balance with his change of pace. For his team to close out this game and get their first conference victory. You know, in spite of their struggles, Corey, I still think he's definitely the right guy for the job. He plays an exciting brand of basketball. We showed that 4 of their 5 conference losses have been by 5 points or less. So it's not like they're not competitive. They just have to tighten it up down the stretch.
Joey King hits the 3. His first 3-pointer today. He's got 5 points. Minnesota began Big Ten play playing 3 or 4 on the road. They'll be on the road after this in Lincoln, but after that, then they're home. The schedule at least starting to even itself out, home and road right now. Off the deflection, Konate. Back on, has it for Minnesota. And
what could I say? Intelligence right now, of which they are passing the basketball, is driving me crazy. I'm sorry, Corey. I had to say that.
Fouls on Mason, his second. These are two teams that, yes, they love the up-tempo style. They want to push it, but within reason.
Over 500, or maybe even 4-1. 6 possessions. But it's really hard to get 18 to 22-year-olds to understand that.
Here's Hollins. Hits the floater in the paint. Hollins now with 19.
I love that floater. Every guard in basketball needs that in their game. That floater to
ends as time expired, and Iowa won by 2 here on Tuesday, dropping Minnesota to 0-5 in league play.
And you know what? Sean Morris pointed it out, Corey. Gabe Olaseni may have saved that game for Iowa. He made DeAndre Matthew go a little bit farther out than he wanted to. That took enough time off the clock to where he could not get that layup in regulation.
Here's Matthew. 4 minutes here for Akari Konate in the second half. As he squares up, Shaquille Dorson. Now back out to Matthew, approaching 10 to shoot. And Matthew will indeed. That's a 2 from DeAndre Matthew.
Nice job. We saw Hollins do it in the first half. Now we're seeing DeAndre Matthew do it in the second half. If Rutgers is going to go on, Jack laying the pass right on the money. But Junior E2.
Minnesota right now with a 3-guard lineup with Matthew, Hollins, and Mason, Morris, and Walker. Rutgers not a very deep team. Jack, Williams, Mack, E2, and Shaquille Dorson, who did not play in the opening half.
Now, right now, if Minnesota recognizes Dorson is a freshman at 275. Mo Walker, this is one of the few times he can utilize his quickness against another big to have an advantage.
Hollins with 14 from the elbow. 21 for Andre Hollins.
We've seen Andre Hollins get hot before. 27 against Wake Forest. Had a career high in threes in that game. A couple years ago, he played against Memphis, and I believe he had 40.
As Rutgers goes inside to E2.
Junior E2, we talked about that in the first half. That's a guy that can really get going.
Charles Buggs for 3. Walker tapped it out to Mason. 21 points today for Hollins. You see that. The numbers here. Buggs is at the free throw line. Just a 54% free throw shooter.
As much as any player on this team. Austin Hollins was a guy that would get his offense in the flow. Carlos Morris is a scorer. Every time he touches the ball, he's going to look to score. So maybe takes a little bit of rhythm away from Andre Hollins and the number of opportunities that he gets.
Mike Williams beats the pressure and lays it in with the finger roll. Williams with full turn tomorrow on BTN, and BTN to go. Illinois still without Ravonte Rice. Broken hand. So guys like Hill and Nunn have to really elevate their game, don't they, for the lineup?
They really do. And then Mascara Pereira out for Indiana as well. So Emmett Holt. See, back when that happened, when you're playing pickup ball, you had to shoot
10. 3 Minnesota players in double figures. Walker among those. Spent some extra time shooting free throws the other day. Richard Pitino brought everybody in who's shooting 70% or lower. Added free throw time as Mack careless with the ball from behind. Matthew pokes it free. Matthew trailing, catching, shooting for 3. And Junior E2 the rebound. I got hit in the face.
Second time this afternoon, E2 has had a love tap across the cheek or the forehead. That was an excellent job of DeAndre Matthew not quitting on the play, coming up with the steal.
Miles Mack knocks down the 3. He's got 22. That's his 4th 3 this afternoon.
And Rutgers just keeps hanging around, Corey. And let's see how Minnesota responds, because they've gone down the stretch. They've struggled in games here in the Big Ten Conference. The longer you keep a team like Rutgers around on the road, you'll be trouble.
Joey King draws a double team. And now Walker against Dorson. With 7 to shoot, Walker spins. Too strong, tapped around. Still loose. Mack had it for a moment and now finds E2. DeAndre Matthew, turnover after turnover. He wasn't alone. It wasn't just Matthew, but the Gophers just careless with the ball. Really, that has not been their MO. Mack to Jack in the paint. Too strong, and Walker rips down the rebound.
Dean Jack went quickly that time, thinking that he was going to get a double team. Didn't get the drop, but I like that possession by Rutgers.
Hollins trailing, open look for 3. 6th 3 of the game for Andre Hollins. He's got a game-high 24.
I love the fact that Andre Hollins is taking advantage of Rutgers not adjusting defensively. They keep going under the screen, and he keeps hitting 3s.
He made a career-high 7 threes at Wake Forest back in December. He's got 6 so far today. 17th Rutgers turnover. Hollins turns that into 3 more. Career-high tying 7-3 for Andre Hollins, and the barn is alive and well. Minnesota by 11.
Good closeout by DeAndre Matthews.
Late club. His team played awfully tough in College Park before falling 73-65 on Wednesday.
Tie game with 3 minutes left, and Maryland does what they do: defend and get to the free throw line. At a 13 free throw advantage over Rutgers down the stretch.
Mike Williams back in for Rutgers. Nate Mason.
Most of that time, but a heads-up play by Bishop Daniels. No one.
Grab a seat.
Rutgers continues just to hang around.
Hollins, Konate, 15-footer. The freshman from Mali, Bakari Konate. It's his second Big Ten game of the year. And that ups the Minnesota lead to 10.
I'm telling you, Corey, he's going to be good if he continues to progress. Because he can shoot from 3. He's got 3-point shooting range. He can pick and pop like that. Those are bonus points for the Gophers.
Minnesota ball.
Well, Mike Williams, he didn't get that to fall, but he is a confident guard. Strong, gets to the hole. Freshman out of Brooklyn.
Matthew, 4 points, 3 assists. Joey King off a screen for 3. And Lewis the rebound. Miles Mack trying to lead Rutgers back down 10. Daniels deep 2. And got the roll.
They just continue to hang around here. Minnesota, they'll get up 10 and then Rutgers will hit a shot. So we've been in this 8-10 point range here for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Matthew, great crossover on Mack, but left the layup short. Back in early December.
And when you have a senior and you're relying on your seniors to get you out of this rut, what a response coming off of 7 points, 4 rebounds, and not shooting particularly well against Iowa, but needing every one of these to kind of hold off Rutgers here in the second half.
8-2 Rutgers run. Scarlet Knights within 5. Joey King off the fake instead of deep 2.
Well, that's a simple but excellent move by Joey King. Greg Lewis reading the scouting report, knowing that King can shoot from 3. A nice up fake. Good help by Andre Hollins there.
Daniels left it short. The putback is good for Lewis. Haven't called his name too often today. Greg Lewis at 6'9", 245, somewhat surprising.
Yeah, he's capable. I think he takes a back seat to the guard to big, and he put some wood on Lewis to free up Konate at the basket. That's giving up your body.
16 fouls on Rutgers. Joey King knocks down his second straight field goal. He's got
it's set up, draws a charge.
Now in practice, is there some reward from coaches, from players, for the guy that always takes that charge?
I think a lot of teams do that. You know, they get a certain acknowledgement, or they might get a special.
The journey follows us here on BTN. Award-winning program inside the Big Ten Conference, introducing you to players, coaches, and great storylines across the league. The journey follows us here on BTN.
Must-watch television. If you didn't see it when it first came out, make sure you check it out. You know, you're a senior. He had a great season last year, in my opinion. And to be benched in favor of a freshman, he's showing a lot of character here in the way he's playing.
He has no turnovers today. Did not turn the ball over in the second half on Tuesday. So what was ailing him earlier in conference play, the turnovers, he's cleaned that up. Second half Tuesday against Iowa, no turnovers today.
You need that out of your seniors for sure.
Dean Jack too strong at the baseline. Shot clock will not reset, and Matthew saves it anyway for Minnesota.
Good defensive possession by the Gophers that time. They went to a 2-3 zone. The changing defenses kept Rutgers off balance that time.
Hollins needs one more three for a new career high. Off the Konate screen. Instead, Matthew for three. Box out from Itu. He had a sense that Joey King was going to try to grab that rebound.
Junior Itu, being a good rebound, also knows that 70% of the shots that are rebounded go to the opposite side from the floor of which they're launched from. So he does, that's excellent technique. That's Paul Silas. Can Minnesota expand on this lead? Will Rutgers have another run in them here to make this even closer?
Miles Mack, he can get going in a hurry. Does not take him long.
And one opportunity.
Eddie Jordan said before the game, we know as a team we have two scorers. Miles Mack, Kadeem Jack, desperately needing one more. Well, today we've seen that play out with the production from both of the aforementioned players.
They're big-time scorers. They have to play heavy minutes for this team. The more confidence they get, the tougher they're going to be to put down here.
2 years on this job, win or lose, the first question I get asked after the game is about Andre Hollins. If he has a game like this, or if he has a game where he's 2 of 15, scores 6 points.
That's right. Well, he's their top player, and you know he's only player in Gopher history with 1,500
career rebounds. So they keep adding up for Andre Hollins.
I like his game. He's staying aggressive. Obviously he's got a hot hand today, but you know, when you're 0 of 5, man, practice is hard. Walking to class is hard. You know, you don't want to be out as much. And it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to rise back up and perform the way that he has today.
Nate Mason left open. And the freshman hits his second three. Today he's got 8 points.
My first time live seeing Nate Mason. I see what all the fuss is about.
Bishop Daniels, 2.
So, you know, they have to go to Nebraska, a team that didn't perform particularly well at Wisconsin. And they're very difficult to beat in Pinnacle Bank Arena. So that's going to be a nice challenge for the Gophers.
Richard Pitino telling Matthew, wait. There's up some clock here, up by 10. Now Rutgers trying to trap Mason. Matthew under 10. Matthew. Extra pass. Hollins for a career high. King runs down the rebound. Walker. Hollins scores.
By the big fella setting up Andre Hollins. It's usually the other way around.
Matthew, and a couple of free throws here for Miles Mack. Rutgers will be home on Tuesday against Michigan. Now Matthews pass deflected. It comes back to Kadeem Jack, but there's Daniels to clean it up.
Boy, you see the athleticism of Rutgers on that play. You talked about it, Corey, the points off turnovers.
Turnovers, 26 points The Gophers today off the 19 Rutgers turnovers.
That's just, if you're going on the road and you want to be competitive, you just can't cough it up that many times. Not to the team with that's number 2 in the country in steals. You play right into their hands.
Junior Etu, the dunk follow. 8-point game, 1:47 to play. Now Andre Hollins with 31 made some free throws a moment ago, but this is an area where Minnesota is going to be tested here. Pin his strength at the free throw line.
Talked about him taking 250 free throws in practice.
45% from beyond the arc.
That's a lack of confidence. Lack of confidence and a consistent routine at the free throw line.
Mason makes the second. He has 9. It's a 9-point game with 90 seconds to play. Williams hits the floater. Williams has 6. Rutgers not out of it just yet. As Mason breaks, feeds Walker.
Boy, Mason's got another gear, doesn't he? Looked like Miles Mack was going to come from behind, and Mason just put the afterburners on and got to the rim.
Now Kadeem Jack spins on Walker. Fell out. The rebound to Rutgers. Williams can't hit, and now it's Walker. Under a minute to play, and Rutgers has to foul. Not going to happen. 9-point game.
Kind of surprised here.
DeAndre Matthew lays it in. I thought that Rutgers would have fouled a lot earlier in that possession. They had a chance to get Mason, but never fouled. As Miles Mack hits from the inside. Shot clock is off, and Minnesota 20-some-odd seconds away from its first Big Ten win of the year.
He did an excellent job of holding off Rutgers down the stretch. Made tough plays. Rode Andre Hollins all afternoon. And boy, what a response for him in their first Big Ten victory.